and welcome to my studio. My name is Debra Frasier and I write and illustrate picture books. I've just finished a new book called Spike, Ugliest Dog in the Universe. And the book is made of bits of scraps of old clothing and paper, and in particular old worn blue jeans, because I thought the blue jeans reflected the character of Spike, who is the character who tells the story. He tells the story in first person, meaning he says I. And I've put together a little workshop that you can try to teach yourself how to make a stronger voice of a character. The first thing you do is go to my website at debrafrasier.com and you download these 2 single sheets. And the sheets are called Meet Spike's Friend for the 2-page booklet. You print them out, and then we're going to fold them in a particular way, put them together with a rubber band to make this little tiny booklet. And you will find that there are questions inside, and once you answer these questions about your imaginary dog, you will know more about its character and how you will write in its voice. Now the next thing we're going to do is step over to my copy stand where I'm going to show you how to fold this little tiny booklet. So let's get started. Now we're going to get started making our little booklet, which when it's finished, it looks like this. You can see that the 2 sheets of paper are eventually going to be added together with a rubber band. And we call these 2 sections, when we're making book, signatures, and the rubber band will hold them tight together so we can have a longer book. Now, it's called Meet Spike's Friend, and in it you'll be answering questions about the dog that you find that you want to adopt in your imagination. So first we download the 2 pages, and I'm going to put one aside. I'm going to take the first page where we have the title, and I'm going to start to fold. And the first thing I'm going to do is to turn it over, and I'm going to match the corners, and I'm going to put a fold right down the middle of the piece of paper like this. So I have a fold line right here, and here's what I'm going to do with all my folds. I'm going to bend them back on themselves so that it lays just nice and flat on my desktop. I'm going to make the next fold by taking the bottom 2 corners, and I'm going to meet right in the middle on that fold line that we have. Now when I make a fold, I run my fingernail across it so that it's a nice crisp fold, and then I fold it back on itself so that we have another fold at the bottom. I'm going to take the bottom 2, I'm going to match it again to the top, I'm going to run my fingernail along it to give myself that nice crisp fold. I'm going to bend it back on itself, and look, I have 4 folds. 1, 2, 3, 4, giving me 4 nice, long, thin quadrants. Next I want to make a fold that's going to go straight across the paper, giving us 8 quadrants. I'm going to match my corners again, matching here and matching here. Run my fingernail down the fold, make it nice and crisp, turn it over, flatten it out, and bend it back on itself. So I'm going to have, once again, nice flat folds. So look, we have a sheet of paper that is all ready. Next, we're going to take the paper and turn it so that it is vertical, and I want you to fold it in half. And I want you to run your finger along the fold. Now, the fold side is different than the open side. We want to concentrate just on this fold side. And this is where you'll pick up your scissors, and you're going to cut right down the fold line in the middle, exactly to the crossing point, just exactly to it. Now, you open it up, and look, we have a split right in the middle of the paper. And this is the magic part. You take your paper and you fold it along that middle fold. And now I'm going to make this nice diamond. I like to hold the paper down at the open edge, and then I take my 2 ends and I push them together to make that diamond, and I just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing until finally they come together, and then you can fold these over. You want to try to get the cover on the top, and you press down with your fingernails so you have nice crisp folds, and look, you have a little booklet, and you'll see that there are questions on each side. Now I'm going to set this one aside, and I'm going to make the second one. So make it with me. You might want to pause this in between while you get all of your folds done, and I'm going to first make that fold that's going to go right across the middle of the paper. And I'm going to run my fingernail down the crisp edge. I'm going to turn it back on itself. And then I'm going to remember fold this one up to the middle. So like this. Run my finger down the edge. And I'm going to run and make it go right back on itself. I'm going to try the other fold from the other side. I'm going to go right to the middle. I'm going to once again make those 4 long quadrants, and I'm going to bend it back on itself so it lays nice and flat, nice flexible fold. And now I want to make this fold that's going to go straight down the middle of my paper. So I'm going to match the opposite corners this time, and I'm going to give myself a nice crisp fold. As you know, I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to bend it back on itself so I have a nice flexible fold. Now, our paper has the 8 quadrants we want to see in this little booklet. I pick up the sheet of paper, I turn it vertical, long ways, and I'm going to fold it in half. And this is the important part. Remember, you want to find the fold. You want to be careful not to cut this edge. You want to cut from the fold. I always like to say the scissors eat the fold. So grab the fold with your scissors, cut right up to the crossing point of that fold, and once again we have a slit right in the middle of our paper. We fold it long ways, we grab it towards the end, the open edge, we push the edges together to make that diamond, and we continue to push. This time I know that my back has a little picture of spike here, so I'm going to fold it right around, run my fingernail around it, and look, I have my second signature. Now, sometimes people, when they start this project, they think that these are going to all stack together like this. They don't. The way we do this is we put our first signature standing up on your desk, put your second signature, come right in and meet at the back page. You'll find the middles, and in this case it's page 4 and 5 in the first signature and 12 and 13 in the second one. I'm going to pick up my rubber band and I'm going to take it. It's sometimes helpful to work with a partner, and the partner can hold it just like that. And you put your rubber band right down the middle, and look, it all holds together like a tight little book. And now you're ready to start answering your questions. Let's get on with that.